Well, hello everybody. I'm Tracy and welcome to I Like to Piddle. And I've got a project for you today that I think you're going to enjoy. Coming up on deer season, and I just bought a new deer stand at the Walmart and I'm going to be putting that together. Keep in mind that I'm following the instructions the best I can. If you get one of these, please follow the instructions, or if you get one of a different brand, follow the instructions for that brand and do it religiously. Because I don't want you to have a bad day. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Please don't take anything that I've done in the video as being the expert way of doing it. I'm just doing my best to follow the instructions to the best of my ability, and I suggest that you make sure that you follow the instructions when you put one together yourself. Don't rely on some mistake that I might have made to be the true way of doing things. But if this helps you out, I hope it does. I found this to be pretty easy. It took me about, I'd say, probably an hour and a half to put it together. And obviously, I'm filming this at the end. I've already done it. But you'll get to see, I'll go through all of the steps as we go and show you all the parts and pieces. And anyway, enjoy. Attention, warning, watch their online thing before you assemble. I'll leave the link down in the bottom in the description so you can do that. Okay, so we've got a hardware pack there. See if we can get a little closer to that. Nicely packaged up. The instructions say to put everything together hand tight, and I've kind of laid things out here on the floor of the garage in the order that it calls for. Helps to have a little bit of space to lay things out in order, and hopefully I read the directions right and we'll be able to get everything put together. Okay, so first thing it's going to call for is some M8X60 bolts, and those are right in here. I wonder if I could get a fingernail in there to get those out. And we're going to need two of them to hook these onto the seat platform. And they are going to, the pipes are going to go on to the inside of the pieces on the back here, if you can see that. So let's get that started on this side and see if we can get that to go through there. Alright, so these are not going to tighten down all the way because these are block washerless, so they've got a plastic insert in them, and they are going to lock once they get tightened down, but you don't tighten down until you get everything put together. There, run that through there, and a washer and a nut. Alright, hold for step 2. Alright, I can already see that I'm going to benefit from just making a little slit along the sides of these with a box knife so that I can get into those and still keep them kind of in the packaging, just so that when I need to get them, I can get them. but they don't fall out so that I lose which ones are which, since it's calling for specific ones. And hopefully this will work the way I intend. And I'll be able to get to them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's calling for these M8 55 millimeters to hook these pieces onto the seating platform. And looks like they hook on the outside like so. So I'm going to run the nut back through so that the biggest part of it is going to be on the inside. Set that down for a second. That way it's not poking me when I sit down. I know you can't see that very well. I'm tightening the nut on just hand tight on the bottom here. There we go. Okay, you can see it in there like so. And we'll repeat that on the other side. Okay, so I made a mistake here. When I put this one on, it calls for this bend to come out like this one, and I did that wrong, so I'm going to have to redo that and put it back the right way. Alright, now you can see that they are both matching, and those are going to attach to these upright pieces, the first two pieces right down here, with the MX8 60 millimeters. So, and like so. All right, we'll be reset for step 3. All right, step 3 calls for attaching the tree gripper to the top end of your main two pieces, and it makes a point to tell you to put the nut on top, I guess, so when it's attached to a tree, if you needed to adjust it later, you could. So we'll put that on there like so, and we'll do the other side the same way. Like, there we go, just like so. All right, reset for step 4. All right, step 4, it calls for attaching these yolks, these pieces right here, to the bottom of the first pieces that you used to support everything. And this curve is going to go to the inside, and this is going to face backwards. And we're using an M8 65 millimeter bolt for these. And I'm going to run these from the inside out, because as I'm coming up the ladder, my feet are going to be on the inside. So I'd rather have the excess stuff to get caught on my clothes, to the outside, because I won't be having my feet out there and my pant legs. That's my reasoning behind that. If you get this in the right direction, there's really only one hole that you can choose from on each piece that fits the diagram. So, makes it fairly easy to see what's going on. Okay, reset for step 5. Alright, step 5 calls for 3 different sizes of bolts. We've got the 60 millimeters, we've got 55 millimeter, and we got 45 millimeter. And they're all going to go in different places. We're going to be attaching the foot platform in this step. Let me slide it down here so we're a little bit better centered on the foot platform. Okay. It calls for 55s. To attach the back here of the seat platform through, and that through like so. We'll get the other one ready and run it through as well. I'm going to reach behind and put on the nuts here. On either side. All right. Then the front is going to attach to these yokes. Let's pull you this way a little bit. Get one through there before I try to get the second one on. Maybe that'll hold it. Get that through there. There we go. Come on. Arrgh. Oh, that's tough. Gonna have to outsmart it here. Bring it around from the front. There we go. Get there. And put the nuts on the back. All right. Last part of this step. The last part of this step, there's a little cross piece to attach right here, which I think also makes up your last step to get up into the stand. And it attaches with the 60 millimeters. Again, I'm going to put the nuts on the back so that they're less likely to catch my clothes. Alright, that completes step 5. We'll reset for step 6. Okay, step 6, we're going to install the armrests. The armrests have this little tab here, which is going to catch the shooting rail as it comes down. So there is a right and a left side to these. They are not interchangeable, so you're going to want that to be the inside, and on this side. Yeah. And we're using an M6 50mm, 2 of them on each side, to attach this part. This one I'm going to run the nut on the outside to make it easier to get to tighten. And again, not worried about it catching on clothing there because my clothing will be to the inside. And it could be that these are made just long enough to tighten and I don't have to worry about that. But I won't know till I get everything put together and tighten them all down. And I suspect that there's going to be a little bit of the actual nuts or the bolt sticking out to possibly catch your clothing. Okay, I'm going to repeat this on the other side and get back with you for step 7. Alright, step 7 calls for 2 more M6 50mm, and this is to put the back rail, this piece right here, on the back like so. And it shows there's 2 holes here and 2 holes there. The directions are showing to attach the to the back hole. So that's what we'll do. Put this through the back hole there. I will double check to make sure that's the case, but that's what the picture looked like to me. Hopefully my head's not in the way there. Hand tighten that one. And we'll do the same thing over here. Again, I'm taking the bolt from the inside to the outside. Put the tightening part on the outside. Okay. Alright, for step 8A, we're going to assemble the front shooting rail using these 2 pieces and this longer curved piece and the M6 25mm bolts. And we've got a hole, get it down here where you can see, got a hole in this one, hole in that one to line up. We'll put those in, put that in like so, and pop that in. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Get the hole up and get it to line up. Put it in. Like so. That was 8A. Alright, for 8B, I'll do this side so that you can see. Let's pull that down so that you get a little better angle. We're going to use the M650s. 2 of them have 3 washers on them instead of 2, and it specifically calls for the 3 washer ones here because you're going to end up with a washer on this side, a washer in the middle, washer on the outside. So we're going to get our rail that we put together in the last step, and we're going to go through from the outside and then put another washer on that, like so, and then take it through the handrail, put another washer on that side. Hopefully you can see that, and then we'll put a nut right on the outside like so. Alright, I'm going to do the other side off camera. Just to give you a close-up of what that looks like when you get that sheeting rail on. Alright, step 9. Let's see if I can get you up there. Step 9 calls for putting the pads on. Got a seat pad. Got Velcro here on the sides. We'll just slide that Velcro around. Squish it together. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, and then we've got 2 of these. They open with Velcro. Oops, dropped one. On the outside. Have a little foam tube on the inside. Pop that around. Like so. Put the Velcro around it and zip her up. Alright, I'm going to repeat that on this one down here. Alright, for this step, it's going to be good to have something to set it up on in the middle, because you're going to have to reach underneath here to install these jaws right here. Now on this side, which is I'm facing it from the back is the right side, I'm going to put the straight one, and then on the other side, which is the left as I'm facing it, I'm going to put the curved one, and the curve is going to drop down from the piece, and it's going to go through this hole, and it's going to use the M875 millimeter. These have the big washer on them, and then 2 additional washers. Alright, so we're going to come through the bottom, then it gets the big spacer, comes through the brace, and to the top. And here again I'm putting the tightening portion on the top, that way when I'm attaching it, if I need to tighten it down from the seat area, I can do it easily. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Alright, so again, we're going to come through the bottom of this piece up. We're going to put the big spacer on it. Then we are going to bring it through. Oh, I did that backwards. See what's telling me that? I want it to drop down, not up. And the jaws, if you do it wrong, the jaws are facing the wrong way. Okay, so you want the jaws to be facing inside, of course, to catch on the tree. And so we've got that. And our big spacer up through. And put our, oh, there we go. That's a little hard on the knees. And put our nut on like so. Alright, step 11, it calls for carefully tipping it up over and onto the front. I don't know how careful I can be doing it. See if it'll sit like that. Alright. Alright, so I don't know how I'm going to edit this necessarily, but I made a boo-boo. The instructions here are a little hard to read because the pictures and the text are a little weird, but you don't take this apart to put this piece in because this piece doesn't attach there. It attaches to the jaws in a totally weird way that I've never seen anything do before, but we're going to do it because I think I know why they want it that way. And it has to do with making your setup easier when you go to set it on a tree. So we'll see if that's the case. So we'll take that piece out, put this all back together the way it was. And now we have this piece that is going to attach to these jaws with some M845s that I have in my hand. We'll put those out of the way. But we've also got this long strap that has two loops on either end, and it's what actually comes through here. And then this strap goes through there, and so we're able to, I guess, from the ground, pull this closed. Now, it's very specific on these jaws, whether you come in from the top or the bottom. And on the unbent one, we are going to attach the strap to the bottom. Like so. And on the bent one, we attach to the top. That way it, I guess, pulls straight across instead of being at an angle. Again, I'm putting the tightening parts up on top of these so I can tighten all of that stuff up when I'm standing in the platform up on the tree. You can see that. Going through that hole that's left right there. So, if I edited that in, there was a mistake earlier. I either took it all the way out and you didn't see it, or I left it in because most people may make that mistake. And then when we pull on this strap, it's going to pull those jaws together behind whatever tree, which I guess that's neat. I don't know. We'll see if it works or not. Anyway, that was step 11B, I believe. No, sorry, that was step 11A. Alright, step 12. We're going to attach ratchet straps to either side. So, on this side, we're going to come around through the loop like so, and then we've got the other end of this right here. It's got a loop on one end and nothing on the other, and it's going to go on the opposite side so that when we get it up around the tree, we can pull that around and ratchet it. Okay, still on 12. it's showing to attach these straps underneath right here, which would be in to the front of your ratchet straps, and it's got its loop on the inside of the bundle there, so I'm just going to try to keep the rubber band on it, bring it around underneath, and just run the whole thing through and try to keep that rubber band on there so that I don't have straps running everywhere willy-nilly. Alright, and I already did the other side. Alright, step 13, we're going to attach the short piece of ladder to the bottom of the stand here using M6 40 millimeters. If we can get that to pop together enough to go together. There we go. Get her started. This is a little difficult. There we go. Alright. Got that side in. We'll go ahead and put a bolt in it. And then we'll get the other side. Yep. Moving on me a little bit. See if I can keep it in camera here while I work on it. All right. That's got that part. All right, step 14, we're going to add the next piece of ladder, and we're going to use these clips. These are made so you can take it apart, and this bracket right here is going to go towards the tree, so we want to make sure now, since that's facing downward, or it's on its front, we're going to put this in from this side and pop a clip in and pop another clip in. Like so. Alright. Alright, step 15. It's just a repeat of 14 with another section of ladder. Slide right on the bottom. And when I take this out, oh, come on now. Let's see if we can get that to go on there. It's being unfriendly. Get one side, maybe I can get the other. There we go. Once you get it started, it's easy enough. Just got to get it started. Hope my head's not in the way. There we go. Pop that through. All right. All right. We're getting towards the end of this, of what I can do inside. I'm going to show you how to put together this stabilizer bar here. It comes in two pieces. It's got this part that is welded on here that's going to take this knob right here that they provided for you. And then it's got a dimpled side which is going to go up like so towards this knob. If I can get the knob in there, get it started. Huh, okay. Wonder if that's gotten a little damaged. Let's try it with a better hand. There we go. Okay. And we'll see if we can get it to fall into one of those spots there for now. Yep, there we go. So that it doesn't pull in and out. And then the other end of it is going to attach right here. And we've got one more of these heavier bolts for that. So let's see if we can get that to work. Yep. Just like so, and of course that can be taken off to transport. But, alright. You know that time when you finish a project and you think, oh, I've got extra parts. Well, this is where two of these extra parts go. I've got two bolts left over, and so the back attaches with two bolts, not just the one that I showed earlier. Anyway, my mistake. Anyway, I'll continue tightening things up. Alright, well there it is, completed and laying on its front. I still need to go through and tighten all the bolts, which I'm going to do off camera. And keep in mind, make sure that if you've got one of these or any other deer stand, that you follow the directions religiously when you put it together. Don't rely on what I've done to be your guide, because it could be that I made a mistake and I don't want to be responsible for you having a bad day. Use your best judgment. Make sure that you follow your manufacturer's instructions, and we'll see you next time when maybe I put this thing up in a tree.